Meditation 4. Building integrity. Using evidence-based illustration to establish your credentials. Introduction. At some stage in an interview, a candidate will be expected to demonstrate that they have the competency to deliver. In some situations, an organization will conduct a separate competency interview, specifically to probe on these issues of ability. A typical scenario involves the interviewer looking down at a checklist of competencies that have been identified as being key for the job role, such as being strongly analytical or a good communicator. They then focus on one particular competency and ask, "Give me an illustration of when you have demonstrated this competency." Before an interview, it's essential that you identify a list of competencies that you think are of importance. Prioritize the generic competencies such as leadership, team player, communication, resilience, and analytical skills, and also think carefully about what specialist skills and competencies they will also be checking on, such as specific IT skills or knowledge of a niche market sector. This meditation will help you focus on how you should demonstrate your key competencies. It will help you appreciate the importance of underpinning your self-analysis with evidence from the past. Above all, it will give you the courage to use illustrative detail to paint a convincing profile of your ability to do the job well. Meditation 4. Building integrity. Using evidence-based illustration to establish your credentials. Are you comfortable, lying or sitting down, shutting your eyes or focusing on a neutral object? Take a deep breath and feel the integrity of your body. Feel the consistency of your breathing, always there deep within you. Roll your shoulders and feel your muscles working together, totally coordinated in all that they do. Now, relax every muscle in your body and enjoy a few moments of complete calm. Now, imagine you're chatting to someone who lacks integrity, someone you know who is totally unconvincing. It may be a friend or a colleague, or a public figure or personality in the news. They have all the characteristics of a good bullshitter. Imagine those characteristics. They talk the talk, but they leave you feeling unconvinced. They make sweeping statements that hang in the air, claims that are never grounded in proven facts. They use jargon as a tool to impress. Think of those statements floating above them. Think of those strident claims fizzling into thin air. Think about those irritating cliché phrases. How do you feel after an encounter with them? Now, think of a person that always convinces you, a friend or a colleague, or a public figure or personality in the news. Think of how they make their points. They have an integrity about them that makes you pay attention. Their statements feel grounded in indisputable facts. The details of their arguments linger in your mind. They speak with clarity and use words that make you take note. There's nothing cliched about their language. How do you feel after an encounter with them? Now, imagine you're in an interview. It's the moment when you know you need to be totally convincing. The interviewer has just highlighted a competency and asks, "Give me an illustration of when you have demonstrated this competency." Imagine what that competency might be. Imagine how you would like to illustrate it. Before you give your interviewer the illustration, consider the question for a moment. Let them believe that this is a competency that you regularly demonstrate in your work or life. There are a number of illustrations of this competency that you could choose to talk about. You need a moment to select the best illustration. You then engage the interviewer in the illustration you have chosen. You recount an example that is grounded in a few memorable facts. Details that will linger in the mind of your interviewer. Details that will ensure that they give that competency a convincing tick.